Hey guys, welcome back to My Opinion. It's your boy Scott Free. So the question of today is, can a woman that's an ex-prostitute become a good wife or a good girlfriend? But first, if you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, the bell icon button, and that way when I drop more of these videos, you guys will know. So back to the subject. Can a woman that was an ex-prostitute become a good wife or a good girlfriend? So that's the question. And I actually saw it on a post on Facebook, and I started to share it and do it on Facebook, but I wanted to do a video on it because it just hit me. I was like, you know what's funny? First of all, we need to find the definition of prostitute, but we'll get into that. But one of the points I wanted to point out in the very first part of the video is men. You know, we so quick to down women and say, oh man, you know, she a hoe, she this, and she can't be a wife, she can't be a prostitute. When most men are hoes. You know what I mean? Ain't it funny how when we grow up, we get a lot of girlfriends, right? Like, let's say we get a lot of men that's rooting us on. Hey man, you talking to that girl, you talking to that girl? Oh man, you a Mac. Everybody say you a Mac, you a player. So that's something you can stick your chest out about, right? Ain't that something as young men we stick our chests out about? We get a whole bunch of girls and there you go, and the next thing you know, you got this girl, you got that girl. But what's funny is none of the older generation, none of the older OGs come back and say, hey man, it's nothing that goes down that road but heartache, headache, and child support. They don't never tell the newer generation that. So that's what's crazy, first of all. But back to the women, because men, you know, we're gonna always be men, you know, we always gonna think stupidly, and I'm gonna tie it back into before the end of the video, I'll get back to that. But as a woman, what is the definition of a prostitute now? Because we all know that when you're all kind of things have evolved over the years. Like, let's say as far as drug dealing or selling weed and stuff, this was crazy. It's because you'll see people on the internet talking about on Facebook, hey man, who got that gas? Or I got that gas, or what, any of that stuff. That's just a new way of hustling, right? Then you got people that used to be out here breaking in houses and stealing and running scams. Now they run scams over Facebook and invest in this. So with all forms of hustling, including prostitution, it has evolved over time. Wouldn't you say? Can't we agree to that? So I don't think that women are out there on the corners no more prostituting. I think the ones that you see out there on the corners prostituting are mostly ones that have drug habits, right? So it's gonna be hard to convert them back over because it's not only the prostitution and easy money, it's also a drug habit. Not saying that they can't be converted, but I do understand when you hold them to the scale. But what about those women that are gold diggers? Ain't gold diggers the same thing as being a prostitute? Don't if a girl go out and she's sleeping with this dude because this guy is helping her pay her bills and give her money to go shopping, also buying those Birkin bags, however you pronounce it, Coach, Prada, whatever. So if they having sex for that kind of stuff, ain't that still a form of prostitution? First of all, right? So if we say the new form of prostitution is gold digging, which has been around a long time, but let's say a lot of women are getting into that more, then yeah. And you can't convert them over. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I say that. It's because I know a lot of women out there who slept with a whole lot of men, right? A whole lot of men, you know? And you always hear women say, oh man, that girl's a hoe. And how did she settle down and find a man before me, quote unquote, I'm a good girl, right? Right? So that was always the question. And that brings me back to the point about men saying that about women. Out of all the women I know out there that have dudes that's always catering to them, it's always the one that somebody says she's a gold digger or she's a hoe. And I'll repeat that. A lot of women that I know that have men that's chasing after them, paying their bills, and doing a lot of stuff for them, even when they're not asking and chasing. Even when they kind of scale back as they've gotten older throughout their life and they haven't been out chasing men for money, the men are still chasing them, right? I'm telling you, really think about that. There's girls out there that's got 10 kids by 10 different dudes. But guess what? Somehow they still find a way to get a man and keep them. So to answer your question, can a woman be ex-prostitute, ex-gold digger? Can they turn out to be a good wife or a good girlfriend? I believe they can. Because I know a lot of women that have. I know a lot of women that have done things in that because they was in that situation. It's gotten old to them, you know. And if you're a dude that's out there prideful, maybe you one of them guys that say, well, I don't want a girl that's being ran through by a whole bunch of dudes. Well, how do you know your girl ain't been ran through by a bunch of dudes? Because we all know women will carry that shit to the grave with them. A lot of women do some stuff and you're not going to know about it. Men will talk. Women very rarely talk about some of those men that they knew they shouldn't have been with, right? They'll talk about the ones that they fell in love with, that they don't care about people knowing, right? They'll talk about them. But I'm talking about the secret ones, the ones that they mess with, that was their best friends or ex-friends old man, or some girl they work with boyfriend or something like that. You won't know about that. So as a man, you know, you can only worry about what's in front of you at the time. But if we're gonna just keep putting it out there, let's put it out there for everybody. Can a man convert over and not be a good husband or be a good man? That's a two-way street. And this is coming from somebody who, hey, I done been taken down through there with women, and they say, hey, man, he got a lot of little stuff to say that's kind of negative about women, especially over the child support thing. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm still bitter about that shit. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm a good dad, but you still get hit upside the head over that silly stuff coming from the court systems. But anyway, guys, that's my opinion. So please give me your opinion. You can leave it in the comment section, or do like some people, send it to my message box. So until next video, guys, hey, I'm out. Peace.